Hello, beautiful Cancer. It is time for a very special love reading for you. It's going to be the first timeless love reading I've done for you yet. And it's going to be on the theme of the love of your life, which is a very exciting and wonderful subject. So I hope this reading is great for you. It is a very general reading, and with general readings that you're trying to make specific, they will not be for everybody. You'll know pretty early on whether it makes any sense to you or it seems like you're reading. So if it doesn't, feel free to move on. And if it does, fantastic. Good. That's wonderful and great. Wonderful is my 50-cent cocktail word of the day, clearly, since I keep saying it. But I'm in a very good mood. It's really, really good weather today. Summer is coming, which makes me really happy. Last night I was doing a couple of readings and it was dark outside, really dark, and it was kind of mysterious and it had that nice summery smell in the air, and it reminded me of when I was a kid and we'd run around on summer nights doing seances. Yes, even when we were really little we did that kind of thing. So that was kind of, a nice nostalgic memory brought about by the scent of the air, which is always great. So this reading is going to be about your person generally. It can be somebody you're already with, or it could be somebody you have yet to meet. I will do readings later where those two are separated out, but for now this is a very general reading, and let's just see where it goes. Let's see if I can get my candle in here so we've got a little orb of light. Now, I'm using the Tarot of the Night, which I think is kind of gothic looking and quite beautiful. Very female-centric deck, which isn't usually my preference, but I do love this deck a lot. I think it's gorgeous. And the one thing about it, though, is some of the cards do not really depict the meaning all that well, but some of them are so delightful that I'm enamored by it. I've had it for years and I never use it, so now I'm finally getting to. So, how about this one? Three of Wands. I can barely see in here. So, the Three of Wands. Now, this is a card really about figuring out where you're going. So, let's say if this is about your person, I won't say that there isn't going to be any carryover of any of the cards in here that could be about you. And of course, you're the one who brings in the lover. So you're going to give off a vibe and everything else. You could already be with the person, but this is a card of planning. It's looking at your life and where you've been and how that connects with where you're moving to in life, where you're going. So it can be a card of planning. It's a very active card, even though the person in the card is just sort of standing there and you're not seeing any motion. It's about planning that motion. It's active. It's all about action. I am so sorry. I've got allergies and the window's open. And I'm trying so hard not to have a coughing attack. I noticed when I was talking the other night, it's like, I'm like this talking, and it's because I'm trying so hard not to cough or sneeze. It's hilarious. And now I ran out of my normal candle, so now I've got this scented candle that's just about killing me. I might have to blow it out. It doesn't matter if the ambiance is good. I might have to blow it out. Anyway, so it's a card of planning, and this is a great card. Like, I'm not the world's best planner, but planning is so, so important. It really is. Being spontaneous is all great and fine, but we're talking about your life here, right? And the kind of person that you want to be with. So let's say, right off the bat, that this person is a wonderful planner. Let's just see if this card is coming up and this person is a planner. Let's see if it's an earth sign, because they're usually really good at planning. So how about Page of Swords? Okay, so if this is your person, now first of all, if this is your person, because this is a page is usually a child, a teenager, or a very young adult. So if you're a young adult, then the Page of Swords could be your person. Now, if you're an older person, but you are with somebody who's like crazily youthful, or you're going to meet somebody who's crazily youthful, like really does not think like their age at all, then sometimes this card can represent that person, but it's not typical. It's probably 1 in 1,000. Okay, so, or even less than that. So the Page of Swords is a learner, somebody who's just sucking in knowledge, and they're learning about life, and they're learning about knowledge. Sometimes they're a scholarly type, going off to college, or always taking online things, or just learning. They always want input. They don't like, now this is a younger person than, say, the Knight and the Queen and the King. The Queen and the King are very cut to the chase. They're a little jaded by life, and so they don't have time for any BS. The Page is not that intense with that kind of thing, but still, they are seeking the truth. They like clarity, they like to know what's going on, and they like information. So sometimes we get this card when it's bringing in a message of something that reveals a truth or clarity. So maybe this person is somebody who is going to tell you some kind of a message, some truth that you need to know that is going to relate to your love life. Let's hope it's a beautiful message of love. But let's find out. Let's see, because this could also be just the whole concept of wanting that truth or clarity. So maybe it's a very concise person, somebody who's kind of a truth seeker and also a good planner. But I have a feeling we're going to get an earth sign out of this. I could be wrong, but, you know, I like to play these games. So let's see. The Star. Now, in these love readings, the Star is so beautiful. I don't believe in blind hope. I believe in putting our really positive energy into things and getting what we want out of life. That's what I believe. And this is such a gorgeous depiction of the star. It's a beautiful little fairy pouring the water here, which represents purification. You know, after any kind of purification, then there's rebirth. It's just a beautiful, I was going to say it's a beautiful star. It is a beautiful star, but it's a beautiful card of hope, and it's so positive, and it's kind of like life-giving. It's that little spark of something that starts up anything. Hope can, you know, create really anything. I'm not saying you don't have to have action attached to that hope, but we need to have hope and dreams to drive us. It's very, very important. You know, you have to have that imaginative part of yourself. So, let's see what else. The Eight of Wands. So, the Eight of Wands is that card that is about, well, this is really good for this reading because it's the arrows of love. I was going to say it's that card where something comes in fast and furious, but yes, what comes in fast and furious is often, it can be something else, it can be some other swift-moving action, but this is a love reading. This is going to be somebody who sweeps you off your feet, somebody who comes in very swiftly, and if you're already with a person, you might remember that having happened to you. If I'm trying to think of how to put this into words. If you want that and they didn't give it to you, create it now in the relationship. Because relationships have ups and downs. You can change that. You can make it happen. That excitement, that amazing feeling when you're first in love and it happens so quickly. And it's sometimes the last thing you expected on the planet. So this is a fantastic card, and I'm really, really happy to see it appear here. Judgment. I'm getting a lot of that card today. So Judgment in a love reading, to me, is a reminder that we are not just mortal beings. We are something beyond mortal beings. Now, whether you're religious or whether you're not religious, you can still see the concept of somehow we go on. Even if you're the strongest atheist in the world, you can see that somehow matter can't really be destroyed, so somehow we're going to go on. Which is kind of a magical concept, you know, for us. It depends on how you think. I mean, some of us can't really think of anything different, but some people have to kind of stretch their imagination to make that happen. But I'm going to say that whoever this person is, even though they come in quickly and it seems really spontaneous, this is going to be kind of a love for the ages. It's going to be something that takes you to the end. This planner, this person who rushes in and is the love of your life. So let's see what else. Let's see what else. The world. This is the person who you're going to navigate the world with, somebody who you're going to have the world with. The world is your oyster. This person is going to open up the world for you. Now, I know the concept of having someone come in and rock your world and, you know, give you things that you never had before is perceived as a real negative with some people because they don't want to find their happiness in somebody. But love is such an enhancement to life. Like if you're with the right person and it's fantastic and magical, it is such an enhancement. No matter how great you are on your own, you will be better with this person, and that person will be better with you. So it's going to be whatever's going on here. This is a very positive reading. There's our King of Pentacles. I could feel him coming. I could feel that King of Pentacles. He is very solid and quite the planner. He is either a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. If this is going to be your person, this is somebody very, very special. They don't move particularly quickly. They do things that go over a test of time. Now, I know I said something was going to rush in quickly, but that could just be your feelings of love for this person. It might even surprise you because they don't always seem that dynamic in the beginning, and they're complicated, and they're really tough on themselves, and they make things happen that they're willing to wait for. But they have a very interesting kind of power. My boyfriend is the King of Pentacles, so I totally understand this energy. I have a daughter who is a Capricorn, and I know so many Capricorns, so this is an energy I am very connected to. So if this is your person, this is really going to be pretty amazing. And they have the capacity to do so many things. They are really good with mechanics, and they can fix all kinds of things, not just mechanical things. They are, you know, they're really inventive, and they're always trying to figure stuff out. They have very interesting minds, the way their minds work, and they're pretty fascinating people. So I think if this is your person, you are very, very lucky. Then we've got the Queen of Swords. Okay, we've got some confusion here. We've got some confusion because you're a water sign, so you would be Cups. So this Swords energy, now it could just mean these people are really practical. And air signs are also very practical. So maybe they have some of this in them. So that's the way they operate. They don't like a lot of BS. The Queen of Swords can be perceived as being quite cold. She's very, very practical, very cut and dried, likes to cut to the chase with anything that involves getting to the truth of the matter. There's a lot of clarity. Sometimes they seem a bit flippant because they're very quick to answer. They don't use flowery, poetic language typically. They're very straightforward people. So maybe there's more than one person here. The energies, male or female, are pretty much interchangeable. It's more about what you're doing in life than gender. So, and then we've got the Devil. That's coming up a lot too. The Devil is a Capricorn card. So maybe this is telling us that this King of Pentacles is Capricorn. Or maybe it's that side, like typically the Devil is about negative things you're chained to, things that you're doing that aren't good for you. So, you know, I always want to give you the negative too. It could mean that this person isn't good for you for whatever reason, but that will avail itself very quickly. This is a really positive reading, so I'm going to take this as just the naughty, carnal side of love and sex. It could be a lot of fun. It could be very erotic and very intense, and that, you know, really strong love relationship that's just so incredible. So there is a little confusion as to whether we're talking about a Swords person or a Pentacles person. But I'm going to guess that your person's a Capricorn. And I'm going to guess that this is going to be an incredible relationship. You guys, Cancer, are so deep and so intuitive, and you have a certain kind of, almost like a psychicness to you that carries a lot of power. And these guys need a lot of sensitivity sometimes. They are really hard on themselves, but they're also very, very driven. They can create a really beautiful life. So you'll know who you're talking about here, or if they haven't come in yet, then, or who I'm talking about, if they haven't come in yet, remember this imagery. Remember about the thing coming in fast and furious, and remember that I'm saying that I think we're talking about a Capricorn here, if not a Taurus or Virgo. And then we've got potentially, if the swords are to hold true here, we could be talking about a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, if this is your person. So, and maybe they have a really youthful spirit, and it's also, you know, but we're also having the Queen as a representation here too, so it doesn't really have to be somebody super young. So, I don't know, there's something about this reading. I've been getting a lot of kind of vague readings with these love readings because they're kind of hard to pinpoint because, you know, it's so general. But this one definitely has a certain something about it. I feel a really strong sense of this Capricorn thing. So please let me know what you think. And I wish you the best and that the love of your life comes to you. Or if you already have the love of your life, that you go through the next phase in an amazing, exciting, beautiful, connected way. So have a great one, and I hope to talk to you soon.